order. Okay, we're going to review for our final for pre-cal. And on the final, I know the review has 60 problems. The final will have about 30. I'm going to try to cut that down, but we just covered a lot. Okay, to begin with, we're talking the polynomials and zero. Now we're on. Okay, and our first one is knowing that the leading coefficient is 1 and constructing. To do this, we have to understand that zeros imply x-intercepts. So as those values happened, in this case, we have a -1, a 1, a -3, and a degree of 3 for the first one. And that means that x is -1, x is 1, and x is -3. So that means to find the zero, the factor, it would be x plus 1 equals 0, x minus 1 equals 0, and x plus 3 equals 0 by adding the opposite sign to each one. So now we're going to construct it. So I'm going to have some f of x is equal to these values right here. X plus 1 times x minus 1 times x plus 3. Questions on that? Any questions on that? Okay. You're welcome. Glad to see you. So on the second one, we have multiplicity. Multiplicity implies, that's a no, it implies powers. And in polynomials, if it is a multiplicity of a positive, it kisses the line. If it's even, if it's odd, it's a line, almost a straight line going through if we graphed it. So on this one, we have zeros that are 2 with a multiplicity of 2, and -2 with a multiplicity of 2, and a degree 4. Now we can see that the multiplicity of 2 and 2 will give us 4 as an exponential degree. So we're going to say here that x equals 2, x equals -2. So this would mean that x minus 2 equals 0, because that would be the original portion of what we're doing, and this would be x plus 2 equals 0. Now we're going to construct the function. F of x is equal to x minus 2 times x plus 2 with multiplicities of 2. Questions? All right, having that information, we want to know now if the graph of the function touches, and I use the word kisses, touches or it crosses. All right, and we can tell that by even and odd, like I mentioned before. So on the third one, we have f of x is equal to 4 times that x squared plus 3 and x minus 2 squared. All right. Well, this guy right here, we're going to set the factors equal to 0. And solve for it. Well, we can't take a square root of a negative value. Therefore, oh, that's a 3. If I would just write what I see. Therefore, it does not cross. It is somewhere in the stratosphere. But this one will. So what we have is at x equals 2, the function touches the x-axis. All right? I think that's how they wrote it, something similar. Yeah. All right, we're going to do number 4. Number 4 has f of x equals 3 parentheses x squared plus 6 and x squared plus 7 squared. We understand that I'm going to have x squared plus 6 equal to 0, because that's a factor, x squared plus 7 equal to 0. This means x squared equals a negative 6 and x squared equals a negative 7. Can't be. It can't have zeros because these are imaginary. All right. Okay, so now we're at number 5. Number 5 is Descartes' rule of signs and rational zero theorems. Find all real zeros of the polynomial. Use the zeros to factor f over the real values. Okay, so what we're doing, the rule, Descartes talks about if the signs change, but we're not even doing that. We're using our calculator. To find one real zero. All right, so that means I better write the function out. F of x equals x to the 4, and you're not going to be reading that, x to the 4, there, you can read that, minus 21x squared minus the 100. And I can't factor this one because I'm not going to get factors of this guy possibly that it would work without a hit or miss. So I'm going to enter it in the calculator because I want you guys not to stress out on this final. All right, so I'm going to go Okay, I'm going to go to my y equals, and I'm going to enter that function. Second row, second key, up caret 4, and then I hit my side arrow to bring it back down, minus the 21x squared. I don't have to do anything with the square, minus the 100. All right, so I'm going to go zoom 6, and I know all we're looking for is this right here. Bless you. Okay, we're looking for zeros. And to look for zeros, let me view always in front here. Oh, sorry, I took it off. Well, that was not smart, was it? Okay, and I hit something else. View, always in front. Okay, so what I did was I went to y equals and entered function. Then I went zoom and chose 6 to see a real zero, one I can work with. Okay, I'm going to do second calc, which is trace. I'm going to do second trace for calc. And I'm going to choose 0. All right. Now, this is a sandwich method, so I'm going to find my cursor. Notice that I'm at 0, so it's either way. I'm going to go forward until I see, they're big numbers, so we'll be seeing it here directly. It's getting smaller. Oops, they're too far. Okay. All right, there I am. It's at 5. I happened to hit it. It's x equals 5 to make a 0 happen. Does everybody see that? Okay. And I'll paste that right now so I don't have to do it later. It's acting funny for me. There we go. All right. So I know 5 is going to work. Now I'm going to do long division. Or you could find the other one if you're wanting to. All right. So I know that 5 is a part. So I'm going to write x to the 4th, 0, 0x to the 3rd, and then I'm going to have negative 21x squared, 0 x, and then I'm going to have a negative 100. These are just placeholders. You do it however you want. So I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to do x to the 4. So I'm going to have this times this, and that's going to be 5x. So how did I do that? Okay, bring it down, and x is 5. So I have 5x to the 4th. No. What do I do here, guys? I forgot how to divide. It should be x to the 3rd. So I'm going to do x to the 3rd. 5x to the 3rd. Oh. I'll do it longhand till I remember how to do synthetic. Sorry, my brain's not working today. So I'm going to multiply this into this. This is x to the 3rd. So I'm going to have x to the 4th minus 5x to the 3rd. I'm going to draw my line and change my signs. So that's going to be a negative here and a positive here. So I have that. To do that, I'm going to divide this into this, and it's plus 5x squared to get the 5x to the third minus 10x squared. I don't know why I couldn't do that thing. Heaven knows. Negative and a positive. So this zeroes out. So now I'm going to have negative 11x squared. And that goes in there, negative 11x times. So that's negative 11x squared plus, and this guy is 16x. I mean, if I could do math, you'd be in good shape. 66x. 5 and 55. I don't know where my brain is. Draw my line and change my signs. Negative 55x minus that 100. And I should have a free number, so let me double verify what I just did. That's a positive, it's a negative 55x, but I have 100 here. And 55, it's not going to give me that 100. So I did something wrong here. Let me look at my math. 3, negative 5x, positive 5, and that's 10. And that is 11. 10 from 21 is 11. And I did negative 11. And that makes it 55. Well, that's a mess, because I'm not going to get a 0. So that's going to be a minus 55. So I did some kind of... Did anybody catch my math on this? Because this is 5. It's kind of a giant number. There's something wrong. Let me see what I did. Multiply. X to the third. Multiply. Because if I did it, okay, bring it down. So that's a 1. It's an X. I don't know what I did. Let me look at my... Maybe I did this wrong. Hold on. Let me look at my y equals x to the 4 minus 21x squared minus 100. And the 100 did not have an x. Well, doggone it. And I did second calc value of 5. And I get a 0. And this guy is a negative 5. Second calc value, negative 5. Well, we're going to go with the calc. Let's just do that, because I know 5 is a true one. I don't know what I did wrong. But, well, I just don't remember. Yes, because the long division I did correctly. I did. I just didn't get a 0, though. Yes, I get you. I found it. I found it. Hold on. I got it. 5 and 5 is what, guys? And this is a plus, and that gave me 4. There it is. It's my fault. Bad math. And then that gave me, for this point, I got 4x. And I wasn't cutting you off, I promise. It was, I knew I did something wrong. Oh, not yet on that. And this is my plus 20x. Draw my line, change my signs. And I've got a negative 2x and a negative 100. And let's see, this is 4. Right, this is 4. I did 4. Oh, 20. Sorry about that. That's a 20. So I'm going to do negative 5. And that'll give me a negative 5. Let me look. 4. Sorry. Negative 20. I apologize. So that's going to give me negative 20x, and that's going to give me a positive 100. Draw my line and change my signs. So that gave me the 0. Bam. I knew I was doing something wrong. I couldn't figure it. So now I know that this part right here, then, I'm going to use x squared, because that's what I have, x cubed plus 5x squared minus 4x minus 20. And I'm going to do long division because I'll let you do the synthetic, because I'm right now I'm at a loss for some reason. I'm going to have an x squared, x cubed plus 5x squared. Draw my line. These are gone. So that gives me a negative 4x minus 20. When I do this guy, I'm going to have a negative 4. Negative 4x minus 20. Draw my line and change my signs, and I get 0. So those are my factors. X minus 5, x plus 5, and x squared minus 4, which this guy can give me a plus and minus 2, because there's difference of perfect squares. And it was x minus 4, yes. Yep. There we go. I think that's the answer. I don't know. No, oh, it's a plus. Sorry about that. It's a plus. That's a plus. Yes. So that's gone. Yep. And this is a plus. It's a plus. I was going to say, right here, I stopped right there, because I just did bad math on that. All right, guys. That is good. Got it done. Long, but I got it done.